So they need Australian dollar in March. So they entered into a contract. So right now they are on January, February, March. So close to like 3 months. So on January 10, the future contract is priced 0.53, which is the spot rate at the initiation of contract. On February 15, Tacoma realizes that it will not need to order supplies because it has reduced its production level. So what was the original contract? Purchase of future contract. They would be purchasing the future contract. So the best idea in these kind of questions is to make a timeline like I'm doing there. So this is January 10. So you are here on January 10. January 10. So January 10 in order March 19, right? So your original was to purchase. So it means at the end of March 19, you will be purchasing from seller. So at 15th of February, now you realize you don't need to purchase, right? So can you cancel this? No, because this is future contract. You cannot leave your obligation unhonored, right? So this is obligation. So what do you want to do that? So how are you going to do that? Tacoma realizes it will not need to order supplies because it has reduced its production level. So therefore, it has no need for Australian dollar in March. So it sells. So you see, taking opposite position, first purchase and then sells future contract on Australian dollar with the March settlement date. So here they sell. So at the end of March 19, the first contract was, which is 3 months contract, they were purchasing, and this 2 months contract they were buying, they were selling. So this take into effect, and the balance going to be profit and loss. Simple. So let's see that. So let me clear all this mess here. Here we go. So it sells future contract of Australian dollar with March settlement date to offset the contract it purchased in January. So at this time, the future price is contract is 0.50 per Australian dollar. So they originally planned to buy at $53, and now they are selling at 0.50. So they are having a loss this much. And how much they need to plan for buying? 100,000 Australian dollar. So in that case, on March 19 settlement date, Tacoma has offsetting position in future contract. So Tacoma incur a loss from its future positions. Tacoma's transaction can be summarized here. So number one, with a timeline here, that would be the timeline. So timeline of January bills would be transformed with the rate of future contract. Second contract was the offsetting contract. We started from here to here. So this contract will be honored with the future rate 0.53. Here we go. So you will be purchasing 100,000 Australian dollar, and you have to pay how much in dollars? $53,000. And you have to buy back at $0.50 per Australian dollar. In that case, you need to buy 100,000 Australian dollar at 50,000. When you close, 3,000 loss. So like we said in our forward, most transactions are closed out before the settlement date, because after this, no matter it's February 16, 17, 18, 19, or 28 February or 15 March, you have a loss that would be settled. So it's better to pay and get rid of and complete the transaction. Speculating with the currency futures. What do we mean by speculation? Those who are after profits. They are not hedging their risk. They are after profit, money making. So currency future contracts are sometimes purchased by speculators attempting to capitalize on their expectation on future currency movement. If the currency is going up, they will buy future contract. So what happened here? For example, 90 days, they enter into a contract to buy Australian dollar at 0.53. Right? They buy a contract. So what they are betting on, they are betting on that the Australian dollar will be equal to $0.58 per Australian dollar. What if their expectation is true? They will buy from the seller because seller is bound to sell them at 0.53. Right? After 90 days, if they reach here, they have two options, either to buy from the market at 0.58 or buy from the seller. But since this is a contract, you have to buy from the seller 0.53 and you can sell in the market at 0.58. Difference is 0.05 on every Australian dollar. If your contract is to buy 100,000, you will be having 5,000 profit. All right. So this is what your speculation is. What if you see that, what if you expect, or your analysis says that, okay, your currency, for example, $0.53 over Australian dollar. 1 Australian dollar is equal to 0.53. And your expectation tells that, okay, this currency will go down. For example, 0.50. So you become seller of future contract, which means you will sell at the time of 3 months at 0.53. So at the time of market, you buy from the market. If your expectations are true, you buy from the market at 0.03 and you will sell 0.53. 0.03 per Australian dollar is your profit. If you multiply this with, if your contract is 100,000 Australian dollar, then you will have a profit of $3,000. All right. So this is how you make speculations and can earn profit. What if your speculation go wrong? Then you will be having a loss. Simple. Right? So guys, you understand? Oliver, Tiffany?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Ujue, E.G., Sufyan? Okay, Lancelot? Good. Let's move on. Now we have the example with speculation here. So assume that as of April 4, a future contract specifies 500,000 Mexican pesos. So that is your reference amount. And a June settlement date is price 0.09, which means your future rate is 0.09. Okay. So where you are right now, you are here at April 4. At April 4. And June settlement date. So June, assume June 17. Okay. On April 4, speculators who expect that the peso will decline sells the contract on pesos. So what is your expectation? That peso will decline, right? So you sell the future contract. You sell future contract. All right. So what will happen here? Assume that on June 17, the spot rate of the peso is 0.08. So what is your future rate? Future rate is 0.09 dollar over peso. And on June 13, at the expiration of the contract, the spot rate is 0.08 dollar over peso. It means your expectations were true. Rates decline, right? You sell it. So it means here is a seller, and here at the other end is a buyer. So buyer must, because this is contract, buyer must buy at the contract rate 0.09. So what is for seller? Seller, either if seller has this 500,000 Mexican pesos, he will sell to the buyer at 0.09. If he don't have, he will go to the market, buy the pesos at 0.08 and transfer it to the buyer's account at 0.09, and he will be having on 1 peso $0.01 profit. Multiply by 500,000 pesos, so answer going to be 5,000 or yes, 5,000 US dollar. Here we go. So original contract is to sell. Contract will be honored at contract price here. So at the settlement date, seller will receive in his account $45,000, right? So at the settlement date, seller will buy from the market. His cost is 0.08 multiplied by